Assalamu alaikum everybody, said I'm back again with another YouTube video. So this is part 3 guys of the free trading course. This is going to be the juicy one, the one that you guys are probably waiting for, technical analysis. Now I will be splitting this up into multiple parts guys, just because of the fact that I don't want to make a 1 hour long course video. And because I know that if I make it 1 hour long and release it just at once, none of you guys are going to watch it. I know you guys have short attention spans because TikTok has just fried your brains. So you guys won't watch it, so I'm going to split it apart. On top of that, by splitting it apart, I can give a lot more detail to these things, to each separate things. But today, guys, we're going to be going over candlesticks, patterns, chart patterns, and yeah, we're going to be going over those two. Next technical analysis video will be going over key levers, how to spot, support and resistance, how to find liquidity, stuff along those lines, and then we're going to be going over market structure, and then we're going to be going over trends as well. So that's going to be in part 3 of technical analysis, and then part 4 is going to be like indicators, etc. All right, and then part 5 is going to be confluence. So I have it all mapped up, guys. Don't worry. And so yeah, let's get into the video. If you guys like this video, guys, like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Right, of course, more videos are coming soon. Ooh, give me 1 second. Okay, so we're on Euro USD, guys, and we're just going to be going over technical analysis. Now, your number one thing, guys, that you're probably going to see, and you're probably going to start off with, is candlestick charts. Candlestick charts, guys, these are just this, right? And so candlesticks are telling you something. What you have to understand, guys, is that everything in trading is going to tell you something, okay? Everything is there for a reason. Nothing is just there, all right? So you have to realize, what is it that candles are telling you, okay? So let's go into this. Let's go into this candle. Now, every single candlestick is going to have 5 things, or 4 things, I should say. It's going to have the open, it's going to have the high, it's going to have the low, and it's going to have the close. OHLC. All right. So in a bullish candle, the open is going to be where the body starts from, and the close is going to be where the body ends. All right. So, in this candlestick, this large green candlestick, we're going to have this right over here, which is the open, and this is the close. Right. Now the high is going to be the wick. So we have the highest wick over here. Right. The highest point at this wick is going to be the high. And in a bullish candlestick, right, the lowest point is going to be this low, right? And again, that's a lower wick. Now, candlesticks can have both higher and lower wicks. Okay, so there's multiple types of candlesticks, guys. Sometimes you'll find a candlestick that is just an entire body, like this one, right? So this means from open to close, it was just a body. There was no wicks. Now, again, I'll explain what that means. Sometimes you'll have candlesticks that are very thin and have super long wicks to the upside and downside, like this one. High wick to the upside, high wick to the downside, and a very small body, right? So pretty much what you have to understand, guys, is that with a bullish candlestick, that means that the candlestick opened, right? And its close was higher than its open. With a bearish candlestick like this one, right, the open is always going to be higher and the close is going to be lower. That's why it's bearish, because from the time of this candlestick, the price went lower, right? It started high and it went low. So this candlestick is bearish. On this one, it's bullish. Why? Because from the price that it opened at to the price that it closed at, price went higher. Hence why it's bullish. Now the time frame of this, guys, is going to be selected right over here where my cursor is moving. All right, so you can see we're on the 1 minute. So these are all 1 minute candlesticks, meaning this entire price in every single candlestick is encompassing 1 minute of data. Right? So you have bullish candlesticks, you have bearish candlesticks. Now again, if you have these candlesticks are going to tell you things, right? So if you have a thing like this, what is this telling you? Right? This is telling you the price. Oh, actually, I should explain this first. So what do wicks mean, right? You have the body. Wicks are pretty much where buyers or sellers tried to push price to, got it to that point, but then failed to maintain it at that point, all right? And a body is going to be where price was able to maintain. So let's see this, right? Let's look at this body, right? The body is going to be this close, this rectangular shape. The wick is going to be this small, thin line. That's what these means, all right? So if you look at this 830 candlestick, this means that price opened up here. Now the bulls wanted price to go higher and higher and higher, right? So every bull from here, from these levels forward, was able to maintain price to continue going up. That's why it's a body, because price starts at this point and continues to be maintained and closes up at this point right over here. Now, what does a wick mean? It means that price was at one point here, but it failed to continue staying there. It failed to close at that point. So the bulls at these levels were trying to push price higher and higher and higher. They got it at one point, but they failed to maintain that, right? So this means that from here forward, the bulls were in control. From here forward, the bulls were there for a moment, and the sellers stepped in. What does this tell you guys? I'm not just saying these words to say things. It means that for a very long time the bulls were in control, and then they continued to be in control, and then the sellers pushed back. Overall, though, if you look at this candlestick, right, the body is longer than the wick, which means that the bulls closed in favor in comparison to the sellers. Now, let's look at some other candlesticks, right? If you look at this candlestick, you'll notice that there was a lot of fighting. Candlesticks are just fighting between bulls and bears, guys. So, right? So we have this price over here. Price opens up here. Bulls try to take it higher. They fail. Sellers try to take it lower. They fail. Bulls eventually end up closing in favor. But what do you notice about the close? It's not that strong. Look at this close. It closed super strong. There was a lot of bullish momentum here. Look at this close. Not a lot of bullish momentum, right? There's not a lot. Why? Because the body is so thin. The thinner the body, guys, and the longer the wicks, the more indecision, right? What is this telling you? Again, everything tells you something, guys. Buyers and sellers were fighting. It wasn't one-sided. In this, it was pretty one-sided. You're pretty much seeing no bearish action, or a small amount of bearish action. Over here, there's a lot of bullish and bearish action. They're fighting. There's indecision. All right? That's telling you something. That chances are there's a chance that sellers are stepping into the market and price might reverse. So what do you notice? Price was going on an uptrend, right? What do you notice in these candlesticks, guys? What do you notice? Strong body closes. Price starts over here, closes over here. Price starts over here, closes over here. This is kind of weak. Price starts over here, closes over here. Bears try to push this down, close up. Price starts over here, closes over here. Such a small wick. There was pretty much no sellers in control at any moment in time in this candlestick, right? Every single candlestick you see, for the most part, is showing you that bulls are in control. Bulls are very strong. Then it gets to this point, and it starts to be indecision, right? You start to see indecision candles. You have long wicks. You have small bodies, right? And now what do you see? At one point or another, you start to see strong wick to the upside, strong close to the downside, strong close to the downside. All right. And what do you see? A downtrend. Like I told you guys, candlesticks are telling you something. All right. If candlesticks are closing very strong, that means that chances are price is going to continue. If this starts happening, if there's a lot of fighting, a lot of indecision, that means that price might not continue. And it's something you should watch out for. This is how you trade. You read candlesticks, okay? The candlesticks, again, guys, are telling you something. Look at this, guys. Look at this. What happens, right? A lot of indecision. We go to the downside. Very strong bearish closes. What do we have here? An indecision candle. This is an indecision candle, right, guys? There's bullish, there's bearish wicks, right? A lot of indecision, very small, thin body. What ends up happening? A strong bullish close at the next candle. What ends up happening after this, guys? We continue going higher. Do you see this? There's a reason that these candlesticks are printing the way they are. And you just have to read them. And you'll notice, guys, this isn't that complicated, right? Look at this. Is this a very strong rectangle to the downside? Yes. And it's red. So if this is a strong red candle, what does that mean? There's bearish momentum. Simple as that. Is this a very strong, if we had a bunch of bearish candles in a row and now we have a small bullish candle, are the bears still in control? Maybe, maybe not. Let's check what ends up happening the next time. Oh, we have a strong bullish candle. So we had bearish candles, an indecision candle, signifying that bulls and bears were fighting, and then we have a strong bullish candle. Chances are price is going to reverse. What exactly ends up happening, guys? We go to the upside. So learn to read candlesticks, all right? The bodies, the wicks, everything is important. Open, high, low, close, guys. These candlesticks are just telling you open, high, low, close. Price opened here, price closed here. This was the low, this was the high. All right, same thing over here. Price opened here, price closed here. This was the high, this was the low. The stronger, the more of a body the candlestick has, what you'll notice, right? These candles have a strong body, a big body. Same thing with this, big body. That's kind of funny to say, right? Same thing over here, big body. The more likely it is that price is going to follow through in that direction. When you have these indecision candles, guys, small bodies, longer wicks, chances are price might not follow through. Now, it's not all the time, guys. It's not 100% of the time, okay? You'll notice that there was a lot of indecision candles over here, but price still continued to the upside, okay? Again, over here, we had indecision candle, but price still continued to the downside, okay? But still, these can give you a pretty good idea of what price is going to do. Okay, guys, so these are a bunch of figures, and you're going to be like, what the heck do these mean? Syed, why are you showing me this? These are candlestick patterns. Now you notice, guys, some of them involve one candle, some of them involve two candles, some of them involve three candles. Candlestick patterns, again, like I said before, candlesticks are telling you a story. They're telling you exactly what price is doing. Candlestick patterns are a combination of candles or just one candle, and they're very, very important. All right. So I'm gonna try finding these for you guys. I actually already know these off the top of my head, and you guys might be like, well, can I start to know them? Yes, with enough studying, guys, with enough looking at price action, you too will be able to just look at it, a candlestick pattern, and then you'll be able to look, okay, that's a hammer candle. That's a bullish engulfing candle, right? So we're going to be looking at the chart, and we're just going to be showing you, or I'm going to be showing you these candlestick patterns, what they mean and how to use them. All right. So let's try finding spinning tops. All right. So again, guys, spinning top right over here. Now you'll notice, guys, these candlestick patterns, when you see them in a chart like this, they look perfect. They're not always going to look like that, guys. So you do have some discretion involved when trying to identify candlesticks. All right. But let's look at spinning tops. Spinning tops, guys. Oh, these are both bullish and bearish. Spinning tops, guys, pretty much mean indecision. All right. Like I said before, very thin bodies, very long wicks to the upside and downside. Indecision. Bullish, bulls and bears are fighting to control what is going on. So when you see these candles, a reversal is probably coming, right? And again, look, what do we have here? Bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle. Again, doesn't necessarily matter the order, guys. Just know that if there's two of them, chances are, or multiple of them, a very strong chance that price is going to maybe reverse. All right. So here we have the spinning tops, and you'll notice that that's exactly what ended up happening. Right now, again, let's look at the next one. We have shooting star. All right. So the shooting star candle, guys, we have right over here. Let me actually point them out. So here we have the spinning tops, right? Spinning top over here as well. And again, this is a two candlestick pattern. So you need both candlesticks for it to confirm, right? We have the bearish and the bullish. This confirms the spinning top. Bullish, bearish. This confirms the spinning top. You notice we have two spinning tops, a lot of indecision, and then we reverse. These things work, guys. What do you have? We have the shooting star, right? Shooting star right over here. Now again, guys, what are these signifying? Another shooting star, and price continues to go to the downside. What are these signifying? Guys, think about what the candlestick is telling you. The bulls, right? Price opens over here, okay? The bulls try taking price all the way up here, and they fail. And not only do they fail to maintain that position, the bears step in and they push price lower, and price closes lower. So the bulls tried. The candlestick started with the bulls trying to push price up. The bears stepped in, they failed. And then the bears maintained a downward position. Bears pushed price even lower and maintained that. Hence the body closed to the downside. What is this telling you? That bears are strong. Bears are so strong, guys. They're so strong that they are able to continue, that they are able to overtake the bulls. And then they are also able to continue to get price to go lower. That's what it's telling you. That's why you see this candlestick pattern happen and price go lower. This candlestick pattern happen, price go lower. Read what the candlesticks are telling you. Don't just look at a candlestick and be like, oh, bearish candlestick, oh, bullish candlestick. What is it trying to tell you? All right, that's what you have to say. Hammer. So again, guys, you'll notice that these are just the exact opposites of each other, right? So shooting star is a bearish candlestick pattern. Hammer is a bullish candlestick pattern. They literally are the inverses of each other. They mean the exact same thing. Here we have a hammer candle, right? What does this mean? Again, price, bears tried going lower and lower and lower. Price opened here. Bulls inverse that, right? So the bulls came in and they pushed price upwards, failing the bears from completing the mission, right? The bears failed to maintain this, and then the bulls pushed price even higher, and they closed even higher. What does that mean? Chances are price is going to go to the upside. It did. Not a lot, but it did nonetheless. Water break. Okay, doji. Doji is just a thin candle, guys. Kind of like spinning top, means indecision. Now, guys, a true doji, let me see if I can find it. A true doji actually looks something like this, guys. You'll notice it has like pretty much no body. If you look, it's very, if you look at the open and close, guys, of a true doji candle, its open and close is going to be the same. So look at this candle that I'm circling, like this 817 candle right over here. Look at the open and close when I point to that. Open is right over here, guys. Close is right over here. O for open, C for close, right? You'll notice that the open is 1.09454. The close is the exact same. This is a true doji candle. Again, guys, I can find another one right over here. Look at the open and close on this. The very same thing. That's a true doji candle. It literally means that price is completely neutral, right? Bears tried pushing down to the price to the downside. Bulls started pushing price to the upside, and it closed as same price that it opened. So there was literally the same amount of bullish and bearish price action. That's what a true doji means. Now, again, guys, you know, you can have some sort of discussion, right? You'll notice a lot of day traders, guys, will consider this to be a doji. They'll consider this to be a doji as well. The candlesticks that I'm circling. Again, are they true dojis? No. But if I look at that, guys, it's showing me indecision. So to me, it's a doji nonetheless. Next one, bullish engulfing. Okay, so these are very strong patterns, very strong candlestick patterns. Bullish engulfing patterns, guys, they are going to be candles that literally just are so strong and so big, and they're completely bullish, right? Like, look at the body of this candle. Look at how big it is compared to the rest of the candles, right? We have these candles, right? They're pretty normal sized candles. And then we have this strong bullish candle. And look at the wick, a very tiny wick. Bullish engulfing candles will either have no wick or a very tiny wick. And there'll just be a straight, strong, big body close like this. What ends up happening, guys? We continue going to the upside. This was, you know, a very, very good indication the price is going to continue going to the downside. Here we have a bearish engulfing candle. We have another one over here. Again, guys, what do you see? What do you see in this bearish engulfing candle that you don't see in any other candle? Look at how big it is, right? It engulfs, hence the name, it engulfs this bullish candle completely. It engulfs these other candles, this wick. It engulfs literally everything, right? What do you see right over here? No wick, right? Very small wick, I should say. Just entire body. It's so much bigger than the other candles. Chances are, if you see this, price is going to continue going to the downside. Simple as that, right? Now, what you'll notice, guys, is that, again, this is a bullish engulfing pattern, but most of the time, you want to find engulfing patterns with the opposite candle before it. So this is a bullish engulfing, but it has a bullish candle before it. You don't really want to see that. You want to see bearish engulfing with a bullish candle before it, or bullish engulfing with a bearish candle before it. Again, another bearish engulfing with a bullish candle before it. All right, that's exactly what you want to see. Next candlestick pattern. So we did the bullish engulfing, we did the bearish engulfing. Oh, I love this candlestick pattern, guys. My two favorite candlestick patterns, guys, are the Morningstar patterns and the engulfing candlestick patterns. All right, just in case you guys don't. So again, guys, we have this Morningstar pattern right over here. What this pretty much means is, guys, is that we have a strong bearish candle or a decent bearish candle. It doesn't necessarily have to be a strong one. We have a doji and then we have a bullish candle. So this is literally signifying, guys, that bearish candle, right? So bearish momentum is present. Then what do we have? We have a doji. What does that signify? Indifference. What does that signify? Neutral. It signifies that the bulls and bears are fighting, and the bulls and bears really can't do a lot of movement. All right. Then what do we have? A strong bullish candle. This is a reversal candlestick pattern. All right, guys. There's two types of candlestick patterns: reversal candlestick patterns and continuation candlestick patterns. Right. This is a reversal one. So we're going to the downside. We have a bearish candle, indifference, bullish candle. Chances are we're going to reverse. That's exactly what ends up happening. Let me see if I can find, oh, this is another Morningstar pattern, bearish candle, doji, bullish candle. Let me see if I can find an opposite. You can kind of consider this one, guys, to be a bearish, it's called an evening star, right? So we have a bullish candle, kind of indifference, not really, but then a strong bearish candle. And again, guys, it didn't work out, but nonetheless, it is a candlestick like that. And, oh, this is another one like this, guys, right? So we have a bullish candle, indifference candle, a bearish candle, a very strong bearish candle like that. And you'll notice, guys, that this is not only just an evening star, but also a bearish engulfing. And it, as you can see, it actually ended up working out really well. All right. So there's continuation, guys, and then there's reversal. This is a reversal spinning top. Doji is a reversal. Evening star, morning star, they are reversals. Hammer, shooting star, bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing. The three soldiers and the three crows, they're continuation patterns. Right. Three soldiers and three crows, guys, are very, very simple to spot. Pretty much, guys, when you have three strong bearish closes, 1, 2, 3, strong close, we continue to the downside. 1, 2, 3, continue to the downside. Right? Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, continue to the upside. Right? Bullish candles. 1, 2, not really. You want them to be in a row, right? So 1, 2, 3 takes a little bit of time, but eventually we continue to the upside. All right? 1, 2, 3, strong close, we continue to the downside. Right? 1, 2, 3, and we continue to the upside. Right? So I didn't really go over it as strong because it literally makes sense, guys. If you have strong bullish candles closing continuously, you might continue the upside. Same thing happens to the downside, we might continue to the downside. And look, guys, with everything in trading, it's all probabilities. Sometimes it'll fail. We have strong 3 bearish closes and it fails, right? We have strong 3 bullish closes and it fails. Strong 3 bullish closes and it fails. Like, it's going to happen. But more often rather than not, it's going to work out. All right, now on to part 2, which is going to be short patterns. I'm only going to be going over a couple of these guys because I'm only going to be going over my favorite short patterns. Short patterns, guys, are pretty much just a bunch of candlestick patterns. I don't say candlestick patterns, sorry. There are a bunch of candlesticks in a certain way that indicates what price is doing. All right. And if that doesn't make sense to you guys, don't worry. I will explain to you guys. All right. So right over here, guys. Let's see if I can find one really well. Oh, okay, cool. We have one right over here. Okay. So let's go over here. The head and shoulder, the bearish head and shoulders. Okay, this one. This is what I'm going to be showing to you guys. So what do we have right over here? I'm going to stay in drawing mode for a second. We have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Oops, right? And what happens? We continue to the downside. Now look at this. Look at what I drew, guys, and look at what ends up happening over here. Bearish head and shoulders. That's exactly what ends up happening, right? Move to the upside, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, continue to the downside. Right? Now what, again, let me explain to you guys, what is this telling you? Well, it's telling you that price is continuing moving to the upside. Okay, so we have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And again, we'll get into what higher highs and higher lows mean in a later video, but pretty much, guys, what you have to understand is that price is continuing to the upside. Now all of a sudden you have a strong bearish move, right? And so this bearish move is very strong, but we haven't confirmed it's a very strong bearish move until we have a pullback, because in this pullback, price can continue going to the upside. It's very possible. It's not confirmed, but it can happen. And now what ends up happening, guys, is that we continue going to the downside. Then you see a very strong move to the downside, right? This is literally, again, just a bunch of candlesticks reading what the candlesticks are telling you. Price is going up, price has a strong move down. Price tries to continue that move up, but then it fails and it goes down. Hence the bearish candlestick pattern, and then it just continues going to the downside. Very, very simple, guys, right? This is one of my favorite head candlestick patterns, guys. I actually used to trade this a lot. Way back when I was a support and resistance traders. I stopped trading now. I stopped trading it as much now. And oh, funny enough, we found another one, guys. All right. So this is a bullish inverted head and shoulders. So it's the same thing, guys. It's just the inverse. You'll notice a lot of the bullish and bearish things are just inverses of each other. Right. So what do you have right over here? Price going down, price pulling back, price going down again, price pulling back, price trying to continue down, and then failing. What do you notice? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, bullish upside. Very, very simple, guys. Very simple. Very strong candlestick pattern also. And again, guys, like I said before, it was one of my favorite candlestick patterns. I stopped trading it as much now. Let me see if I can find, oh, here's another one. Another bullish and candlestick, right? Downside, up, downside, up, tries to continue going to the downside, fails and goes up. Very simple. All right. So let me see if I can find another one. I don't want to find another head. I'm trying to find another candlestick pattern. Okay, so this is a really good one. So this next one, guys, is going to be a double bottom and a double top. So we have bullish double bottom and bullish bearish double top, right? So pretty much, guys, with double tops and double bottoms, it's literally exactly what it says. Price has a move to the downside, pulls back and comes back to that same downside, that same level that it pulled back from, and it fails. It fails to break below that point. Now, again, what are the candlesticks telling you? What is price telling you? Price had a strong move to the downside. It pulled back. It comes back to that level and it fails to break below that level. If price is failing to break a level, chances are we're going to continue going in the opposite direction. And that's exactly what ends up happening. You'll notice, guys, right? Bam. Go down, up, back to that level, fails to break it, continues to the upside. Look at what I drew. Look at this exact thing. Same thing. Oops, same thing. Let's see if I can find another one. Also, guys, again, like I said before, like these aren't always going to be clean. So, don't expect them always to look really good. Like I'm cherry picking examples for you guys because I'm trying to teach you guys these things, but they do show up in the market all the time. And it's up to you to really figure them out and decide for yourself and see, like, hey, is this a head and shoulders for me? Or is this a double top and double bottom? Or is this nothing? It's up to you. It's discretionary, right? So here's another one, guys. What do we have here? Price comes to this level. Price pulls back. Price comes to this level again and fails. It fails to break above. What does it do? It continues to the downside after that, right? And you notice it had a pretty strong move to the downside, right? It breaks this level and then it continues to the downside. Again, this is the exact inverse. So this is a bearish double top, right? Price comes up, fails to break this pattern, fails to break this level. Probably what's going to end up happening is it's going to continue to the downside. And then that's exactly what it does. So you can trade these ways. Let's try finding another one. This is the last candlestick pattern that I ever traded. Chart pattern that I ever traded. And I really love this one because it was just so easy to trade. Although it doesn't really show up in forex as much as it does in stocks. Nonetheless, let me see if I can find one. Yeah, you literally notice it does not show up in forex as much as it does in stocks. Okay, well, I found one right now. Okay, cool. So this one is going to be the ascending triangle and the descending triangle, right? So right over here, descending triangle. This one is the ascending triangle, and this is the descending triangle, all right? So pretty much, guys, what the descending triangle is, or the ascending triangle is going to be, it's going to be this, right? So you're going to have an area where price is continuously going higher, right? So you'll notice this is a low, this is a low, this is a low. You'll just notice price is continuing to go higher, and price is failing to break this level. So every single time it makes a high, it comes back to that same level, but then it starts to make a higher low, right? Price comes up, makes this low, comes up, makes this low, comes up, makes this low. It's failing to break above this high, right? And eventually it's going to break that high. And again, you'll notice it does break that high. Now, again, what is price telling you? Price is telling you that it keeps on going back to this level and it's failing to break that level, but price is continuously pushing higher. So price is continuously having more bullish momentum pick up. More bulls in the market are stepping in to push price higher and higher, and eventually chances are we're going to break that level. That's exactly what ends up happening. And again, guys, you'll notice pretty much the same thing over here. We have this level in the market that price is failing to break below, right? It keeps on returning back to it. But what do we have? High over here, price comes back to this level. Lower high comes back to this level. Lower high comes back to this level. Lower high comes back to this level, right? Bears are stepping into the market. Even though we're continuously failing to break below this level, the bears are continuously stepping into the market. And then eventually, there's so much bearish momentum that price has to break, and that's exactly what ends up happening. All right, so you can just search up, guys, this chart pattern sheet. You can just search up this candlestick pattern sheet, right? And you can figure out. And what I want you guys to do, right, now that I've explained these, is that I want you to go open up a chart. I want you to open up the cheat sheets, and then I want you to open up a chart and try finding these patterns and identifying these patterns for yourself. All right, that is going to help you so much because it's going to train your brain to start identifying the candlestick patterns and start identifying the chart patterns. Right, so definitely do this literally right after you watch the video. It's going to be the easiest thing possible because you have the cheat sheet right in front of you. The great part about trading, guys, is you can open up these resources in real time when you're trading, right? And just identify. Look at the pattern. Look at the candlesticks. Look at what chart the price did after that candlestick. Look at the chart patterns. Look at what price did after the chart patterns. They're not going to work out 100% of the time, guys, but more often than not, they will, and you can make money from them. And I'm going to explain that more in later videos. All right. So I hope this video helped, guys. Again, this is part 1 of technical analysis. I hope this makes sense to you guys, and stay subscribed. Turn on the notifications for the next parts, which will be releasing this week as well. And I'll continue to release until I'm pretty much done with the course. With that being said, guys, that's it for this video. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Assalamu alaikum, Allah Hafiz, peace out.